Hanse and good day. I just want to acknowledge before we begin today that we are gathering, regardless of where we are on Treaty 6 territory, and how fortunate we are to be able to gather together on this land, the traditional land of so many Indigenous people before us who have called this land home for generations. Today we get to gather here and work together and learn on it. And there's so much the land can teach us, as well as those who have been here for centuries. So spring break is over, and I hope you all had a nice, healthy rest. It was probably very different for many of you. Often people travel during spring break, but this year it was about staying at home and finding other things to do with that time. And I don't know how busy your household is, but mine's a bit crazy. My family, we're trying to figure out how to set up office space, set up teaching space. I'm actually in my office at school right now because I had to come in today and make sure that everything was in place to get things rolling for you. Many of you have already heard from your teachers, and if you haven't, you will be, as your teachers are working to figure out the best way to make sure that you have what you need to continue your learning. So we are sending out a Google form to every home, and it's really important that you fill that out for us as soon as possible. We're hoping to get all that information back in by Wednesday, so we can do a complete inventory of who has what and where can we help bridge some of those gaps that we might have from house to house. That information is confidential. It will only be seen by the admin team and the teachers who work with you in order that they can specifically design the tasks and the assignments and the lessons to something that you can access. So it's really important that we get all those forms in as quickly as possible. And that's posted today. So please go on to School Zone and fill out that Google form, and then we can be working with that information that we collect. It might seem like a lot of information, but it won't take you very long to do. And we're asking that there's one done for every child or every student of Victoria School. Again, so we can personalize the instruction that we're going to be doing over the next however long, making sure that you guys have exactly what you need. I've been thinking lots about you over the break. It's been a long time. Usually spring break is quite an exciting time. We all part ways and then we come back together and we share stories. Well, we don't really have a whole lot of coming back together to be able to do that in, not face to face anyways, but there's lots of opportunity to reach out and chat. There's going to be like I said, your teachers are going to be contacting you, and throughout this whole process, we do not want any of you to feel that you are disconnected. So we want to keep that connection going to the school. You can see what I did on my spring break. I posted on School Zone a miniature Lego office of my office, and so while I was at home, I was building with Lego with my daughter, and we were just creating whatever we could, and that's kind of what came to me. I guess I miss this place a lot, but I miss it more knowing that you guys will be in here. I was thinking lots about you as well while I was listening to our Prime Minister's announcements, and I thought, he's calling on us all to go home and stay home. He's calling on us to make sure that we wash our hands frequently, that we avoid touching our face, that we keep social distancing whenever we're out in public, and not to gather in groups of over 15. Lots of rules going out there, and those are really important rules to pay attention to. And I got thinking about it. We always talk about you guys being the future leaders, but I actually think you guys are the leaders of today. Like, you guys know what to do, you know what is right, and you know what your responsibility is. So I'm calling on you to be the Victoria students and the phenomenal people that I know you are, to be those leaders and to not break some of those general rules, or those specific rules, about what we need to do to stop this virus from spreading. It is a worldwide concern. I have never, and your parents have never, and probably your grandparents have never experienced anything like this in our entire life. And for your lives, which are much shorter than mine currently, this would be all new, and it might be a little bit scary, but make sure you talk to your parents about what's going on, and we all have our part to do in it. We can stay safe, we can stay healthy, but we just have to follow those rules about, stay at home, wash your hands often, disinfect, don't touch your face, avoid contact with other people other than those people living in your house, which you're already very close to. If we all keep each other healthy and safe, the longer we do this, or the more diligent we are on those instructions, the quicker we're going to be able to end this virus. So we all need to work together and be those leaders of today. You guys know what to do. I watch you make good decisions every day. So just continue with that and keep yourself safe. That's what's most important, because there's so much learning we can do from here. As far as your homeschool learning, that sounded really weird. You're learning at home. I'm not calling it online learning, because not all of you have full access or will have access to a computer at any given time. So I'm calling it at-home learning, because that's what you're doing. And there's multiple ways. It might just be a simple email with some instructions. Some of your teachers might post videos. There's multiple ways it'll come to you, but it will not require that you have to be online all the time, because I know many of your parents are working at home, and when they're working at home, they're probably needing the computer to do their work during the day. So you might not actually get to your work until later on in the afternoon, and that's okay. What I recommend, though, is you build yourself a schedule. Wake up every morning. Don't sleep in excessively. It's not a weekend. It's not a holiday. Build yourself a schedule. Get up, have breakfast, do some physical activity. Keeping your body healthy is really important. The other thing that our phys ed teachers and our wellness teachers, they're posting daily suggestions of physical activity, which is awesome. And your arts teachers are also doing the same, because if you're anything like me, and I know many of you are, you're very creative and you need to create. But sometimes creativity is hard to just imagine what I want to do. So your teachers are putting together a list of options every day, suggestions really, that you can engage creatively in the arts. So there will be a dance suggestion, there will be a music suggestion, there will be a visual art, there'll be a media suggestion, and there will be a drama suggestion. And each day there will be a list of things that you can engage in, you can choose to engage in your creative expression. Now, these aren't going to be marked assignments, because the government has said we really want to focus on those core subjects to make sure that you have the academics to move forward. But we know that the arts is what makes us human. It's what connects us to everything else. And we can't possibly live without them. So together, we are going to continue to create, and your teachers are going to be working hard to give you suggestions, and you can send in your creativity to them. They can provide feedback. We can share those works of art that you create, whether it's in song or dance or theater or animation or painting, whatever that might be. You find ways to record, to share, to snap photos, even to write a story and let us know what's going on. Just keep your mind going, keep creative. Don't allow boredom to shut you down, because that's not okay. That's not okay. We are smarter because we are creative. We are connected because we're artists, and we're going to maintain that connection to the arts through this work, because that's why you came here in the first place. And I know that's what you want to do. So we're going to put out those offers, those suggestions. And you can also come to the table with your own ideas. Embrace this opportunity. I outlined in the school zone release from last night how many hours the government says you should be working on school each week at the different divisions. We're going to do our best to keep you busy to that time, but it's nowhere near as long as you would be in school for a day. And if you're at home and you're self-isolating, and your brother and your sister and your grandma, whoever's in the house, it gets really crowded. What's really important in all this is to be kind, be patient, practice grace. Be kind to those around you, and be kind to those you reach out to. As you make your social connections online, remember that there's a person on the other end when you post something. So think about them. Think about how they'd feel. And the other thing to remember too is protect yourself. Know who you're talking to. Make sure you're not posting too much information to people in open forums. Don't give that information away. And as you're building videos in your home, remember, how much do you want the world to know everything? So dial it back, be safe, be kind, and know that you are loved. And I will talk to you very soon. Oh, and of course, Gordon is also here to say hello. He's doing just fine. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.